The so-called factors of enlightenment are important in Theravada Buddhism. There are many references to them in the Pali Canon, for example in Samyutta Nikaya. The Pali term for factors of enlightenment is pochanka. What does this word mean? The word comes from the shorter word bodhi, which means enlightenment or insight into the Four Noble Truths. The Anka factors or limbs. The Four Noble Truths are suffering, the origin of suffering, the cessations of sufferings, and the path leading to the cessation of suffering. The factors of enlightenment are called what they are because they are conducive to, that is, they lead together to the state of enlightenment. What are the 7 factors of enlightenment? They are the following: mindfulness, sati; keen, sharp investigations of dhamma, vichaya; energy, virya; rapture or happiness, piti; calm, passaddhi; concentration, samadhi; and equanimity, upekkha. The mind has a great influence on its thoughts as well as on the actions of the body. If the mind allows unwholesome thoughts, these thoughts can take over our thinking and also lead us to perform bad actions. On the other hand, if the mind focused on right thoughts, these thoughts can take hold in our thinking and also lead us to perform actions that are good. Even a person who is sick can be better more quickly if he or she thinks positively rather than negatively regarding sickness. Buddhism, the Dhamma teachings of the Buddha, is the teaching about enlightenment. Logically, prior to that, however, Buddhism is the teaching of the things that blocks the path to enlightenment. It is the teaching about the obstacles to reaching enlightenment. If we can do something about the thing that keep us from enlightenment, we will be able to proceed along the path to it more easily. The suffering found everywhere in our lives is based on ignorance. This ignorance is a non-perception or non-seeing the realities of certain things in our lives. Not seeing the 5 aggregates of clinging which keep us tied to suffering. Not seeing the sense organs and their objects. Not seeing the world as in reality is, empty of the selves and always changing. Not seeing how the senses can dominate our lives and keep us from being free. Not seeing the absolute realities of the Four Noble Truths. There is furthermore a special kind of food and feeds our ignorance. This food conditions for ignorance is the 5 hindrances. These 5 hindrances are called just because cut off from the path we need to get rid of suffering. The hindrances are sensuality, sensuous desires, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and hesitation, and skeptical doubt. This is also the food that feeds the hindrances. This food is the 3 evil ways of life: wrongdoing regarding the body, wrongdoing regarding speech, and wrongdoing regarding our thoughts. The three evil ways of life are fed, in turn, by letting the senses run wild, non-restraint of, which is following lust and hatred into the six organs: the eyes, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind. What is the food for the non-restraint of the sense? It is the lack of mindfulness and complete awareness. The mind forgets the three characteristics of existence: the impermanence of everything, the realities of suffering everywhere in the world, and the lack of the self anywhere in the world. The lack of complete awareness is the following: lack of complete awareness of purpose, doing things without right purpose; lack of complete awareness of suitability, looking at things or doing things that do not further the growth of the good, doing things that go against improvement; lack of complete awareness of result, doing things without thinking about the Dhamma, the resource of everyone who strives to do something; lack of complete awareness of non-delusion, grasping things thought to be present, beautiful, and permanent, which are not. At the basis of the lack of mindfulness and of the complete awareness is unsystematic reflection. This kind of reflection takes the wrong road. It thinks that the impermanent is permanent, that what causes suffering is pleasurable, that what has no source does have one. What was the unwholesome is wholesome. Unsystematic reflections increases the lack of knowledge and the lust for becoming. Then ignorance brings with it an whole repeating cycles of suffering and cycles of samsara. What is the reason for unsystematic reflection? A lack of confidence in Buddha, in the Dhamma, in the Sangha is the confidence from which arises unsystematic reflection. Imperfect confidence can be blamed on not only hearing the Dhamma. The Dhamma finally is not really heard if one does not associate with those who are wise. We so can say the lack of the right kind of friendship, good friendship, is very just a reason for the trouble in the world today. The foundation and fruits of all that is good is actually good friendship. The true friend gives us the fruits of Dhamma, which build up our faith in the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. If a person has confidence in the Triple Gem, then this arises systematic reflection, mindfulness, and complete awareness, control of the senses, not letting them run wild, doing right regarding the body, doing right regarding speech, and doing right regarding our thought. The four arousings of mindfulness and the seven factors of enlightenment and deliverance through wisdom.